Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. So good to see you this morning. I hope you are feeling awesome and ready to work that body. And so today we are doing full body supersets. So before I get into what that is, we'll just go over our equipment that we need really quickly. So you're going to need probably, and it's really, some of these exercises are sort of just up to your strength, but I would say in general, you're going to look for a medium set of weights and a light set of weights. And you might even just use light, honestly. Again, it's just going to depend on your strength. So I would say a medium set and a light set should have you covered. Nothing we're doing today for most of us is going to be like a super heavy weight. So medium and light should get you. And then also you want your mini band. And just a quick reminder on your mini band, that can either look like this or like this. So this is your more traditional, what most of us are gonna have around the house, resistance band, rubbery, feels like pulling up a pair of pantyhose when you put it on, that kind of deal. There's also these amazing fabric bands, kind of commonly known as booty bands, at least in the circle that I run in, that give you a lot more resistance. And just in general, once you've kind of graduated, these bands don't feel like they're giving you enough resistance, this is sort of your next place to go. So these are your two options for your mini band. And we're going to be using those for one of our sets today. And then lastly, you just need your yoga mat, floor support, whatever it is that makes you comfy in the floor. We are going to be doing a little bit of work in the floor today. So that's all you need. So what are supersets? So I've been working with supersets a little bit in the past week or two with my clients. Been doing it a long time. We've done supersets in this class before, so I'm not presenting that as anything new. But I just kind of have been in that mode for the past 2 weeks or so doing supersets with my clients, and thought that it would be nice just to take, really I don't think any of these supersets are exactly what I did with any of my clients. I think just kind of took that inspiration and thought I would bring it to more of a group fitness setting, but take more of a full body approach. So we'll be doing basically hitting a couple different parts of our body instead of what I've been doing with a lot of my clients is kind of digging into just upper body or lower body. So what's a superset? Just really quickly, basically we're doing 2 to 3 exercises. Really it's just 2. Our first round is 3 exercises, but it's just because one of them is single-sided. So really, superset, very basic explanation is we're gonna do 2 exercises that really dig into one muscle group. So let's just say quads is our example. So we're gonna do 2 exercises that just kill out our quads, and we're gonna do those 2 exercises back to back to back to back. So it's not any breaks. I mean, enough break to like grab a sip of water and that's it. So we're just digging in that muscle group, really, really hammering it, really, really working intensely, and then we take a nice big break after we're done. So instead of finishing finishing a set and then, catching our breath, chit-chatting, and then back to it, we're just gonna cycle through it really quick, really dig into that muscle. So we've got 4 total sets. We've got quads, we've got glutes or booty, we've got shoulders, and we've got chest. So that's gonna be our 4 supersets today. It should be extra challenging. I really want you to push yourself. Supersets, I want you to think about really intense work. So, I definitely tell you guys, we don't always go to the gym to kill ourselves, to make ourselves sore the next day. That's not how we want to work every day. But if you're feeling up to it today, I want you to make today one of those days where you really push yourself a little extra to see what you can do. All right, so we're working for reps, not time. Everything's gonna be in about the 12 range. That's what we're working in today. So reps, not time, just listen to the count. I always encourage you to do your own count because sometimes I'm talking and kind of lose count. So just keep your own count as well. Modify anything as you need it. I always try to give you options if there's something fresh on the top of my mind that people need a lot of modifications for. But if we're working and there's something that you're not sure about, definitely leave me a comment or shoot me a message and I'll be happy to help you either live or after the fact. I do check the video as often as possible, but a lot of times it's not till the set is over. So definitely let me know that I'll be happy to help you for the next time. Add music if you need it. There's no music here, blah, blah, blah. We all know this if you've worked out with me before. And lastly, the couple things I always ask, please like, share, subscribe. leave a review, all of those things that you can do, subscribe on YouTube, all of those things that you can do to get more people paying attention to what we're doing here, get more eyes on our page, and to show off what you are doing and what you are accomplishing. And lastly, I do not receive any payment for these classes. These are donation-based. I am sponsored by no one. So if you would like to give, it is greatly appreciated when you can. It is a service I provide for free, but anything that you can give is greatly appreciated. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you will find me. You'll see that logo, you'll know it's me. All right, guys, so the first set, we are going to need no equipment whatsoever. Also, the first set is very yoga inspired. And when I say yoga inspired, I mean we are basically doing yoga moves. So it is a great way, though. I've been really kind of doubling down on my yoga practice and have really discovered some great kind of ways to dig into quads through yoga. So our first set is actually going to be incredibly yoga inspired. So if you've done yoga before, you might feel some things that are comfortable that you know. If you have never done yoga, don't worry. No crazy flexibility required like people think about yoga. Don't worry. Don't sweat it. It'll be stuff that you can handle, that you can get. No big deal. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a quick drink, check on the video, and I'll meet you right back here in just a sec. All right, so before we get started with our super set, I'm going to get us set up. And really, we are getting started. We're getting started. So I just want to get you set up into the correct move, because once we get into the correct position, our positioning never changes. So I want to get you set up right, and then from there, we're basically just bending our knee. Okay? So we're going to go into a warrior two. So if you're not familiar with warrior two, one of the easier ways to do it, there's a couple ways you can get into it, is you can step your feet wide, not so wide that you're struggling and falling down, but wide stance, and then turn your front toes out directly to face the wall across from you. And then you bend that knee. So this is like a not very challenging, you see I'm not very deep warrior two. These toes are still facing straight across, facing the same direction as my chest, like I'm looking at you. These toes are facing the wall beside me. So I'm looking, right toes are facing the wall in front of my face, left toes are facing out to my left side, okay? So this is sort of your basic warrior two position. Everything on your body is still facing forward, except for the leg that's pointing out the opposite direction. So once you're here, if you're like, okay, got it, I could bend deeper, then you can either walk this foot out or step this foot back and really get in deep into the pose. So this is warrior two. Now I'm not a yoga instructor, guys, so I don't want to steer you wrong. I'm giving you my best knowledge, but just know I am not a certified yoga instructor. I've been practicing for about 5 years, not a certified instructor. So we're facing our chest forward, our torso, everything is forward. This leg is long, toes facing here, toes facing here. This knee opening up. You want it tracking over those middle toes. We're deep into this lunge. So this is our warrior two. So go ahead, ease the pressure, unbend your knee. So now we got it. Now we'll start to move. So the sequence is we're going to squat into it. We're going to do that for 10. Then we're going to do some leans for 10. And then we're going to hold it at our lowest point for 10. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the squat. So we're facing forward. Our arms come out to the side. We got shoulders back and down, arms long. Now don't just let them kind of flop. Shoot energy out of your fingertips like you're trying to touch each opposite wall. Shoot that energy out. That's how we hold our arms. We bend our front knee to go deep for 10, 10, 9. Don't rush through it. 8. You want to keep that knee over those ankles. 7, 6. Shoot that energy out. 5. Open through this hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold to your lowest. We We're still shooting that energy out of our hands. Flip your front palm up like you're trying to high five the wall. Everything stays steady, but we're leaning out and coming back. So we're leaning out like we're pushing the wall away from us, coming back for 10. Holding low into that leg. 9, 8, nothing's moving in that left knee. 7, you're holding low the whole time. 6, 5, that quad might be shaking. 4, 3, everything's still facing forward. 2, 1, arms stay up, shoot that energy. Can you sink a little lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, yes you can, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Now, don't move if you haven't hopped up. If you're still standing like this, we can easily transition to the right side by doing this. Take your left toes now, turn them forward. Take your right toes now, point them towards the right wall, boom, you're in position. Perfect, right? So it's like once you figure it out the first time, you got it so easy. So take a couple bends just to make sure everything's working how you want it. I have never done warriors in shoes, so it feels a little awkward to me, but I've got it. So again, shoulders down, arms reach, like you're trying to pull your arms apart from one another. And we're gonna low lunge over for 10. 10, square that chest off. 9, 8, good. That right knee is pushing open. 7, 6, if you're not feeling much challenge, 5, go lower if you can. 4, modification here is just don't sink so low. Bring those feet in a little closer to one another. 3, good. 2, 1. Now sink to your lowest. Now flip your right palm up like you're high-fiving the right wall, and we lean. 10, holding your lowest point in that right leg. 9, 8, 7, driving firm through the outer edge of that left foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up, shoot that energy out. Can you sink a little lower for 10, 9, 8, belly firm. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift it up. Exercise 3, a chair squat. So chair squat, we have got our big toes, if we were barefoot, touching one another, their heels slightly flared out. Now I don't mean like this, just if your big toes, if you had shoes off and your big toes were touching, your heels wouldn't be touching unless you clip them together. See how different that is? So if your big toes are just touching, then your heels are slightly open behind you. We zip those legs up and we squat down. So there's no space between my knees. They are locked together. But guys, just like a squat, we still sit our hips back. I'll show you from the side. We're here, we're tall, we tuck that tail, we sit back. Now, the last piece of a chair is that arms come up. Now, arms don't come up like this, shoulders stay down, arms come up, lots of space through here. We're gonna go for 12, 12, 11. You hear all the Rice Krispies in my knees. 10, 9. Make sure you're keeping that tail tucked. Don't get that big duck butt behind you. 7, 6, 5, 4. Again, shoot energy out of those fingers. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Beautiful. No rest. Set up for that warrior two. So, again, it feels so weird in shoes. We've got our stack, knee over ankle, stacked. Right toes facing the wall in front of you. Chest facing the wall in front of you. Left toes facing the left wall. Out tall. Now we're ready to go. Shoot that energy out. Roll those shoulders down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I hope you don't have the volume up too loud because there's so much popping. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low. Flip that left palm up. High five. 10, 9, 8. Now don't get distracted. 7. Now a lot of times once we start moving, 6. We start creeping up taller out of that knee. Stay low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 10. You sink a little lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Don't move. Creep those left toes forward. Creep those right toes out. You should have your warrior two. Last piece on alignment, the heel of your toes that are pointing out, the leg that you're bending into, should line up with the arch of your back foot. If you were to draw a line from the arch of your back foot, it should run into your heel. Just one more alignment cue. All right, get those arms out. Shoot fireworks out of those fingers. As one of my favorite instructors used to say, we bend that knee. 10, 9. I never understood 8. Really what it meant by like strong fingers, energetic fingers. I was like, what? It just said shoot fireworks out of your fingertips. And I was like, oh yeah, I get it now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low, flip that palm up, high five the wall. 10, 9, 8, opening through that right knee, really open that hip up. 7, 6, 5, strong through the outer blade of that left foot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low for 10, 9. Can you sink a little lower? 8, 7, 6, 5. I know it's so slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Big ol' walk those feet back in. We've got our 10 chair squats. Remember, we're not resting here. Toes touch, heels a little bit open. We open our arms. We roll those shoulders back. Long arms. Shoot those fireworks out. You ready? Legs zip up. But remember, we still sit back. It's not legs zip up, dip into our knees. Okay? Let's do it. 10 or 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Good. Keep that tail tucked. Don't pooch your booty out behind you. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Good job. Just a quick sip of water if you need it. We're right back to it. Good. Those chair squats next round, I'm going to show you from the side. Just so when I say things like, make sure your butt's not pushing out behind you, you get an idea of what I mean. All right, so we're going to open back up into that warrior two. Again, we want our heel in line with the arch of our back foot. Right toes this way, left toes this way, left knee this way. Everything's opening up. Square that chest off. Shoot those fingers out, shoulders down, long neck. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You might notice you can go a little lower now. 3, because you're nice and warm. 2, 1. Good. Go low, hold low. High five palm. Let's go. 10. I'm only able to go this low, this early. 9, because I did a 30-minute yoga class before I came out here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low. 10, 9, lowest one yet. 8, last one this leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Flip that left toe forward. Flip that right foot out. You should be set. Give yourself a little test just to be sure. All right. You ready? Last set. Extend those arms. Again, don't let this happen. Really engage those arms and shoulders. We go for 10, 9, 8. Try to keep everything facing forward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold low, low, low. High five palm. Let's high five that wall. 10, 9, 8, 7. Challenging that core here too. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lowest point. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do it. You're shimmy shaking. That's all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Shimmy, walk it back in. We've got those chair squats. And then quads are down. So imagine your toes are together here, even though you're in shoes. A little bit of space between the heels. Oh yeah, I was gonna do it sideways. Perfect. Zip those legs up. We sit back into our chair, tail tucked. So what I mean is we don't want to squat back with our butt. See how my butt's like way extended? Keep that tail tucked. Different, right? Here versus here, okay? All right, so let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It all feels so weird to me in shoes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Relax those shoulders. 3, 2, 1. That's your break. Woo! I don't know about you guys. I got some sweat going for sure. Any of those sustained holds. is one way to really break up a sweat. Now we think about sweat comes from movement, but staying in that stationary hold can really do it too. So guys, we're gonna take a nice break here, not like 5 minutes or anything, but a couple minutes, catch our breath, let that work itself out. And we're going to glutes next. So you will need your band for the glutes exercises, just 2, because we're not doing any more single-sided. So just 2 for the rest of the way. You need your band. We will be getting in the mat also. So one exercise will be standing, one will be on the floor. So go ahead and get yourself set up, catch some water. I'll meet you back here momentarily. All right, guys, so let's get into some glutes. Yeah, so we're doing something a little different. I don't think that we've done either one of these exercises. We've done similar, but nothing, I don't think exactly this before. So let's go ahead and get our band on. We're gonna use our band for both exercises. Now, as always, we want our band up above our knees. We never want a band around our knees. Always either above or below, usually ankles, or above the knee is where we want to be. So what we're going to do is what I'm going to call a shift squat. So we're going to open up, probably easier to show you. So we're going to hold into our squat. So again, we're sitting deep, deep, deep. We're going to open up, close, kick back, open up, close, kick back, okay? So we're gonna do a total of 20 of those. I'll show you from the side too. So we open up, close, kick back. Not coming up out of that squat. You can lift a little out of the squat if you need to, and we're leaving some bend. It's almost like a little mule kick back, okay? So we're gonna do that for 20 total. So meet me in your low squat, open, close, kick. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have trouble with balance, standing on one foot to kick back, 6. You could do this facing a wall and just kind of lightly touch the wall for some help. 8. This is 9. We'll say 9. I'll be friendly. 10. 11. 12. Woo! You guys are feeling this. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Woo, guys. Are you on fire? 18. 19. Last one. 20. Whew. Okay. 20. It is. All right, so we're going to come down to the floor now, and we're going to do froggy bridge, which we have definitely done together before. The only thing that we're going to change up is at the top, we're going to open. So we're just going to add a little pulse component to it. We've definitely seen over our past workouts that just changing up the cadence, adding a pulse can really change the game. So froggy bridge, we've got our feet, everything's set up like bridge. So you can even start with your feet in normal bridge, but you're gonna walk your feet together. So they're side by side. We've got the band around our knees. We open fluid. So as we're lifting our hips to bridge, we open into froggy at top, but we're gonna add 1, 2. Bring it down, okay? All right, let's get yourself set. Let's go. 1, 2, down. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. Core tight. 1, 2, 7. 1. You should feel on the outside of those glutes. 8. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10. 2 more. 1, 2, 11. 1, 2, 12. Awesome. Coming back up to standing. Just be careful if you're somebody who gets lightheaded when coming from the floor to standing. Make sure you're careful and do it slowly. Oh, I'm already leaving. Little sweat angels. How charming. All right. No rest. We go right back to it. Now you might have the option. I'm already like, maybe I need to, but I'm going to keep sticking with it. If you need to drop your resistance band level, usually they come in sets, so chances are you probably have a couple options. That is definitely an option. I challenge you to stay with the hardest that you can. Remember, today is about really pushing the envelope. So stick with it as long as you can. All right, so we sit back into our squat. We open, kick back, 2, 3, and that's a good reminder. Remember, you can do this along a wall, so you have a little support if you need to for your balance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keeping that pressure on the whole time by staying in this kind of medium squat. 11, 12. Woo. I need to quit looking down. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, hang in there guys, I know it burns. 18, 19, 20. Woo! When you kick your own butt with a workout, right? All right, down to the floor. So again, we want to set up like we would for bridge. Make sure we've got our shoulders tucked nice and in, neck long. Feet, instead of hip width, are side by side. You can bring them in close to your glutes. Put the band around our thighs. We're going to open, pulse, down. All right, you ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. We're getting there, guys. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10, 1, 2, 11, last one, 1, 2, 12. Whew. All right, bring it up. Again, just be mindful, come up slowly if you need to. I am definitely one of those people that go through periods where I get dizzy coming from floor to standing. So I will always remind you to be careful. All right, last set. It's gonna burn. Stick with it as long as you can. You are stronger than you think. All right, so let's set it back. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sweat is coming now. 10. Halfway. 11. 12. Pouring down my neck. 13. 14. 15. 16. We are so close, guys. 17. 18. One more each side. 19. 20. Whew. Whoa, that is a good one. All right, last set of froggy bridges. And then we give that booty a rest. Let's get those shoulders tucked in. Arms long, neck long. Feet side by side. We lift our hips, we open and pulse. Let's go. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. Now if you have your hands out like this, make sure you're not pushing away or using your hands to assist your lift. 6. You should be light. You shouldn't need those hands at all. 5. 4. I like them down here because it just helps me feel like I'm keeping my neck long, my shoulders down. 2. Hopefully that talking distracted you like it did me. 1. Woo! That set is done. You can kick that band off. Come on up when you're ready. Woo-wee. Hello, booty. All right, so we're gonna take ourselves a nice break again. But we are done with lower body. So we've hit the fronts of those legs in the first set, back in the second set. Now we're gonna work shoulders, and then we're gonna work chest. Catch your breath. No big rush here. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And again, I want you to assess now, before I go off camera and take my last little break. We're moving into shoulders, specifically backs of the shoulders. So not up in this area, we're working rear. So we're working the backs of our shoulder, which is a little stronger generally than what we do here. So if you're gonna push yourself, like I've asked, maybe get yourself your normal weight. And if you have a small bump up, grab that too. If your small bump up, or if you have a big bump up, you're not able to get to 12, reps, you're able to get to 8 or so, keep doing that, okay? Again, we're trying to push ourselves today. So if you want to try to go up, and you can do it, but you just can't get to 12, you're more in that 8 range, that's beautiful. Do that, okay? All right. I'm gonna take the video, take the time. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, guys. So our next set is going to be shoulders. We're going to do reverse fly with a wide row combination, and then we're going to do YW. So our chest and our shoulders should move a lot quicker than our first 2 sets. Legs always take a little longer. They're bigger movements, and I have a lot of explanation for the first set. So we should move pretty quickly and get done at our normal time. So we're going to do reverse fly, wide row. So reverse fly. We've done many, many times. We're gonna sit back just a little bit. We're not squatting, thank goodness. We're just shifting our weight back. We've got our chest proud, nice and forward. We've got our weights like we're wrapping around a little beach ball. And then we open up, we drop the beach ball, we open, we squeeze between our shoulder blades, and we drop the beach ball. So again, shoulders down, open, close. So I see a lot of times people do reverse fly and they do more of a lift than an open. So if you do the lift, you're definitely not hitting the muscles you should be hitting. You may or may not be doing an exercise that's unsafe. It kind of just depends on how much weight you've got. That's gonna really determine how safe or unsafe what you're doing is. So I'm gonna set out 2 options for myself. My YW, I would like to challenge myself. So I'm gonna try 10, really 7.5 is probably more the appropriate challenge for me, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna try 10 with my YW, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go to 5. All right, so reverse fly is here, and then we come back to the middle, we flip our weights, pull back with our elbows, wide row. Reverse fly, flip, wide row. So we wide row low, because we're working down in our back. So we wide row down here. We're not high row up here, wide and low, okay? All right, you ready? Let's do it. So we reverse fly, we flip, we wide row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Man, oh man, I have been doing my reverse flies with less weight than normal. I used to do them with 15s all the time. I took it down some for a while. I can tell the difference. All right, so YW. How are we feeling? As challenging as that was, probably not gonna make it too far with my 10s here, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So Y, so we go Y like the YMCA. Y. And then we flip to make a W. 2, so that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew. I'm feeling it, guys, in case you couldn't tell. 10. I'm gonna stop there. You guys can keep going. So we'll say, probably hit 11 by now. 12. Good. All right. Oh man. I wish I had some 12s. Okay. I'm gonna give it a shot again with these 15s. Whew. All right, so we're back to that reverse fly, wide row. Sit tall, proud chest. We've got those little beach ball arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sweat, 7. I'm just gonna go to 8. 8, because I'm using momentum. I'm gonna keep going with you though. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. I can air do it with you. I might even consider last set picking up those 10s. Woo! And normally that's what I always advise you to do, is just go down to the next lowest. But I was feeling so burnt out with those that I was like, I don't think I need to go any further. All right, Y's and W's. Get set, shoulders back and down. Let's go. Y. 2, 3. Also keep in mind, guys, that's the power of a superset. 4. I can normally do 15s. 5. Even though I know I said I backed off, I can normally do it. 6. But when you move back to back to back like this, 7. And you're staying in that same muscle group. 8. You really fatigue out those muscles to the point I can't even remember what I was saying. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job, guys. Yeah, so the point I was trying to make poorly was that, you'll find that when you work in these supersets, and I'm asking you to push, that, working just back to back to back to back, same muscle, that you might have to drop your weight. So even though I'm telling you to push yourself, that means an effort. That might actually not mean a weight sometimes. So it's all a dance, right? I just don't want you to be surprised if your normal weight even, especially by this round, feels really challenging. But again, dig into that challenge, see what you can do. I talked myself out almost of trying these 15s for the second round, and I got to 8. That's more than I thought, right? We talk ourselves out of things. All right, I've been stalling. Let's get to work. All right, we got that fly, wide row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you've kept going, I'm going to keep going with my count. 8, 9, these 10s feel like they weigh 50, 10, 11, 12, woo! Guys, that was ugly. All right, we got the YW, and then we are done. All right, I may only get a couple out of these 10s, but I'm gonna give it a shot, right? It's all about the effort, as long as you don't feel like you're gonna hurt yourself. So that's why I stopped at 7 instead of pushing all the way to 8, was I felt like I'm gonna really pull or use a muscle I shouldn't here, okay? Y's and W's. 1, 2. I'm gonna listen. Go down and listen to myself. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm already like struggling. I'm struggling at 10 with 5-pound weights. 2 more, guys. 11, 12. Friends, that is the end of shoulders. Whew. Shake it out. So, I hope you met me with that challenge. You know, that definitely was not a pretty set. You saw me drop all sorts of weight, pick up all sorts of weights, struggle to even get my thoughts straight. But again, none of that was bad. It's just a natural progression. Challenging yourself, seeing what you can do, and especially we've talked about, like, if you don't have those in-between weights is what I like to call them. So moving in increments of 5, this is our long break, that's what I'm chatting. Moving in increments of 5 is what your traditional weight set, if you go by one, does, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Those incremental weights, those in-between weights are so important if you can get your hands on them and not pay a fortune for them. Like right now, I think I tried to get a pair of 7s and they wanted like $40 for them. So if you can find them, those 7.5s or 8s and those 12s are so important in being able to safely increase the load that you work. So, 15 probably was too heavy for my fly, my rows, the way I've been working. So 12 is probably where I should have been. Or for the YWs, 10 was definitely too heavy for me to do for the full set. Ideally, I would have had 7 or 8 and then drop to 5 if I need it, instead of doing 10s and getting so tired that I had to go to 5s. So it's just kind of that dance you have to do when you don't have a ton of weights, but you're trying to build up. You just have to do that dance sometimes of changing weights, experimenting, and see how far you can go. All right, so that's end of our big break. I'm going to clean up the weights I know I don't need. So we are doing chest last. So we are doing in the floor, a chest fly. And then standing, we're doing an upward chest fly. So 2 chest flies, but very different. We're gonna start on the floor, so go ahead and get yourself set up for that. I'm gonna check on the video, get a little bit more water, and then I'll meet you right back here. All right, so we're definitely getting to be about that time and beyond. So I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on the chest fly. We've done chest fly many times. I'm of course gonna tell you how to do it, but I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time setting it up because I wanna make sure we get through everything. And again, this is something we've done a lot. So with the chest fly, just be careful. Don't grab your bench press weight. Most likely you cannot do that. Bench presses, we are nice and close to our body, so we can generally go a little heavier. Chest fly, we've got this long lever away from our body. So generally we cannot go so heavy. I'm going to use 10s, that might even be a little heavy for me, but I really don't want to use 5s, and I don't have anything in between, because 5s are definitely too light for me. So, and I guess if you've always heard me say, I've got this weird shoulder thing. So you may see me change how many reps I do. I may not meet you at 12. We'll just see how angry my shoulder is today. So just like our chest fly, our reverse fly that we did earlier, your chest fly, you've got that little bit of beach ball hands where your arms are kind of wrapped around the light beach ball. You're over your chest, not your neck, not your head. Lower to your chest, lift from there, leave your beach ball arms, and we open. 12, 11, 10. Keeping those arms bent. We're not opening our arms by extending them. We're opening our elbows. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There's our root. 3, 2, 1. There's our Rizzo. Hi, sweet girl. Thank you. Thank you. Good girl. All right, guys, so now we're going to that upward chest fly. Are you gonna help us? You gonna help us? Okay, you can stay and help. So upward chest fly, we've got lighter weights, most likely lighter than what you just did the lying chest fly with. Again, I wish I had about a 7 or 8, but we will see what we can do with our 5. So we're gonna roll our shoulders back and down. We've got our arms flared out to the side like a reverse fly. And then we're going to squeeze to the middle, right at about chest level. What we tend to want to do is come up like this. That's too high, you're gonna feel it in your neck. You wanna stop, boom, at the chest and lower. Squeezing those girls or guys together, whatever you may be. So that's what we're doing. You gotta put a little bit of effort. You gotta squeeze it at the top along with those weights. All right, let's do it. 12, 11. Give it a little extra squeeze at the top, pause. 10, 9, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Down to the floor. Remember, guys, on that upward fly, if you are feeling it in your neck, chances are either your weights were just way too heavy or you were coming up too high. All right, so down to the floor for our chest fly. Oh, your favorite, we're back on the floor. Thank you, Rizzo. Thank you for the encouragement. Okay, that's very encouraging. Thank you. All right, guys, over your chest, beach ball arms. We open and close. 2. I call it hugging practice. Come here, give me a big hug. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to teach you to count, little Roo. 10, 11, 12. Then I wouldn't have to if you would count for me. All right, guys, back up. Remember, get up slowly if you need to. Upward chest fly. So we start wide, chest proud and open, shoulders back and down. We've got that kind of flipped Y. Squeeze to the middle. 12. Give it a little extra squeeze at the top. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Got one more set and we are done. Come on down to the floor. Remember, no rest in these supersets. We go, we go, we go. Working those muscles to fatigue. Right, little lady? Right? Yes. Okay. 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 Yes, I get your point. All right, guys. Get those weights up. Tuck those shoulders back. Weights over chest. Give it a little check. Bend in those elbows. We open. 12. 11. Again, we're keeping those elbows bent. 10. We're not opening by extending our arms. I'm not even going to fake show you because it'll hurt me immediately. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Now that I don't have weights in my hands, just for future reference, we don't open like this. That is no bueno. Big old weights in your hands and then dropping the, oh my gosh. That's why I wouldn't even fake show you. All right, last set, upward chest flies, and then we are done. We will be thoroughly cooked. All right, open up, proud chest. Come out to that Y. We squeeze it up. Extra squeeze at the top. 12. Just that little delay. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Halfway. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Woo! All right, guys. You have just been supersetted. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope more than anything that you took the challenge, you put in the extra effort, and that you really gave yourself the opportunity to see what you could do. Even if it was messy, like my shoulder set was a mess, even if it's messy, you were still learning, you were still trying, you were still growing, and you were seeing what you can do. So I hope that that's what you took away from this exercise, is a whole bunch of hard work and a whole lot of learning about yourself. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. As always, it's rain treats. That you guys enjoyed the work. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, share this workout. If it kicked your butt, tell people it kicked your butt. Post an ugly selfie. Let's see that work. Share, like, subscribe, do all those awesome things. And lastly, if you would please consider donating. Any funds are greatly appreciated, as the only payment that I receive for these classes. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in just a few days. Mwah.